Good morning, welcome back. Okay, day 13 Hayabusa build, and fitting really, because this is a Tokico 6-pot caliper. Apparently the spawn of Satan himself, and a complete biatch to rebuild. So, shall we see? Wish me luck. Right now, before we even get the thing off the bike, take the banjo off and put it over on the bench, because today is very much going to be a day over on the bench. While it's still bolted to the bike, you can use that to your advantage. We need to take these 4 housing bolts or body bolts out so that you can split the 2 halves and see how many badges are lying inside there. And to get those undone when the caliper is off the bike, a bit difficult, wedging it in a vise, potentially damaging it, especially if it's a nicely painted one you want to keep nice. Well, while it's still in the bike and that's nicely mounted and solid, you can use that advantage of crack those 4 bolts before you take it off the bike. Always the best way. So Allen key, whatever you want to use, and it's these 4 bolts on there, 2, 4, that hold the body halves together. And all I'm going to do first is just crack them, literally just crack them like that. Just literally put a quarter of a turn on them, and you can see why. That one's gone a bit easier. And last but not least, right, that's it. I'm going to take them out and have fluid all over the place. I just want to crack them so once they're on the bench, they just wind out. Okay. Whoa. Almost finger loose, but this one. Yeah, pretty much. Right, there we are. 32 pieces make up the caliper, all in its exploded parts, ready for a little clean up and then reassemble with the new parts. If it helps you, that little trick with the socket, I learned that a long time ago. Back in my bus fitter days, when I first did my formal training, the pistons in brake calipers on buses are about 4 inches across, and the only way to get them moving was to bung a socket in there, bung a square bar in against it, and turn it with a ratchet. One jams against the other, then you get the piston turning. And it works with your bike calipers as well, but you just have to pick far smaller ones. So that was a little 7mm socket. and then the square end of the extension bar in the piston, that jams against it as you saw, and you can rotate the piston. Once you get that piston rotating, you put your hands around the back of the casting like that against the piston and push it with your thumb and fingers, and as it's rotating that will eventually come to a point on the outermost edge. You can wriggle it and pop it out. Whatever works, eh? And that works for me, so if it works for you, there's another little tip for you if you need it. Right, there we are, new pair of gloves, and I'll get myself cleaned up. Then we'll get some fresh paper laid out, some nice new parts, and get that lot cleaned up and reassembled. Just temporarily putting them on the bike just as a jig so I can hold it still and I can torque up the body bolts properly. Click. Right, there we are, that's one. There's no point in making a drama out of the second one, so let's just crack on and see if I can get this one done in half the time. Alright, there we go, no drama. Tokico 6-pot calipers, rebuilt. Another little job ticked off. New pistons, new seals, and absolutely no corrosion in there whatsoever. There wasn't really any before I opened them up. They were in nice condition, but now they're in absolutely brand new condition. Even the powder coat on them is like brand new. Perhaps they're a replacement set, who knows? But there we are, they are fantastic, perfect to go back on. Now, how difficult they prove to bleed up? Well, we'll find out when the time comes, won't we? But I can't get near any of that at the moment. I've got to rebuild the master cylinder at the top first, along with the rear, so there's loads more stuff to do before I can start juicing the system up and seeing if it actually works. But there we are, that's it for today. Tokico 6-pot calipers, rebuilt. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to update the board. Take it easy, ride safe. I'll see you next time.